Hey you guys, I hope this video finds you well. There's just a lot of energy, a lot of back and forth energy, a lot of noisy energy happening during this time that I am posting this video. And I know that we just had an eclipse, and eclipses last for the energy from them can start before the eclipse and they last for a while after too. And it's really a theme about out with the old and in with the new. But what I'm being guided to talk to you about today is the out with the old has a lot to do with out with the old mindsets, out with the old habits, out with the old ways of doing things. There is so much hectic, noisy energy, and whenever you receive this video, it's meant for you to see. It is timeless, so just take what resonates with you during the time you get it and leave the rest. But I will say that there's almost like a chasing tail kind of energy. You may be experiencing seeing a lot of people that you know, or groups, or opposites. A lot of people thinking like black and white. You could be noticing the energies at play around us during this time. And I will say that there is a theme here of love that is coming from a loving place, and love, or an idea of love that is coming from a false place from people. Okay, and then people trying to push these two energies back and forth to and back from each other. The ways in which people, our human bodies, have separated, like in the ways that we have really just disconnected as a species, as you know, a soulful being walking this earth. Really during this time, looking at the energies at play here is going to be very important for you, because it's very easy to get sucked into this reality of the noise, of the back and forth, of the confusion, of the debating, if you are not aware of the energies at play. Because if you take everybody and line them up and just take off the body mask, what energy is it that you're dealing with when you come in contact with these people, with these communities, with these places? Okay, there is definitely a false version of love being spoken about. There's a false version of love being portrayed and what love is, and it's almost like being manipulated. And that's one energy over here, and then the other energy is here. The energy of the alchemy, the love, the progressing and becoming, you know, more of that loving energy. It's just coming out this way, so I'm hoping that you guys are picking up with what I'm saying during this time. I just want you to know that if you are a part of the collective that is receiving this video during this time, you could be noticing that there's a lot of back and forth. I was hearing earlier that there are a lot of discussions that are needing to be talked about again, almost things that have been closed out, and almost like avoided, that are coming back to the surface, that are needing to be spoken about during this time, things that are really important. And what I'm taking from it is, and what I've been hearing is, we have these opposites. Okay, we have the people over here and we have the people over there, and it's the division that is truly creating this chaotic energy, this noisy energy. It's really showing the people and the energies that are witnessing it at play, the imbalance that there is here on earth with, you know, these different factors. And what really is important for us to evolve, for this earth to become the new earth that it is moving into. It's just so important for us to really pay attention to the energies and get right with yourself. If you're already right with yourself, or you're already getting right with yourself, good, keep it up. But like for other people, other groups, other communities, like they have to get right. They have to find that balance within, because if we are spewing too much of this side or too much of this side, you know, there's no in between, there's no balance. So what does that create? Chaos. What does that create? Imbalance, you know, confusion and limits on growth and potential. So I feel like during this time, maybe you're also experiencing a lot of chapters closing, but you're also seeing in the world that there are other things that are being brought to the surface, and maybe very, very surprising things that are taking place during this time, not only within our own personal lives, but in the world around us. I'm sorry, I have my glasses sitting here because they were like slipping off my face. I was like, let me not do that this whole time. But really, I think a big message here is love, you know, and just coming back and reconnecting to the root of love. And what is love, may you ask? Like, you know, unconditional love in the highest form, is truly being able to look at another being, look at another species, another community, another people, and be open to not only what it is that they have learned or have what they've gained and what they've expressed, but to just sit there with an open heart and really genuinely, if these people or situations or places are giving that loving energy, that vibrational high frequency energy, and you can tell that these beings, this place is coming from a place of light and love and higher intent, and the good for all people, that's what matters. That's like literally what it's all about. And I think that right now we are in a time where people are overcomplicating things. You have people trying to force their ways on others, and you know, because of course in their eyes they are abiding by what it is they believe they should be doing, and that's okay. But you know, to downsize others or make them feel less, or like they aren't, you know, good enough because, you know, they have a different way of living or expressing themselves, or because of the color of their skin, or you know, what they wear, all these things are dying away. Like literally, people that are using that energy to put forth into other people's lives, that's not coming from as much of a loving place. You know, maybe it's like you're kind of like, well, you know, people around here should be doing this, they should be doing that. You got people that are like that maybe around you or in your life, or just people that you know, and it's like, we can spend our whole lives so tied up and worried about what everybody else is doing, but if we're not getting right with ourselves, if we are not experiencing love in this higher form of really being open to connect with others and meet people somewhere, not have it be, oh, you either got to be here or here, almost like that debate energy, that energy of just seeing things one way, okay? But then you know, there are going to be people who are very closed off. You're going to have people that are not very open-minded, and you know, we can't expect everybody to be able to meet us where we are on the spiritual journey, and you have to allow others to see for themselves, and if they do, they do. But some people really don't, and they go their whole lives not being able to see or embody what it is that we have came here to really experience during this time in our lives, on our time here on earth. So I just want you to know that if you found this message, you're not alone. You may be witnessing a lot of noise or chaotic energy during this time. And something else that has been coming up is, you know, cycles have a way of repeating themselves. You know, just like if you are in a situation in your life and you finally pull yourself out of it, if it wasn't healthy, if it was unbalanced, there may be a test, you know, that comes up that's very similar to that situation that you went through, to almost test where you are this time spiritually. It's like an initiation almost, like, now this is like the same energy but a different person, same energy, a different place, you know. How are you going to react this time, you know? So I feel like these cycles are repeating, these karmic cycles that are appearing all around us during this time. And you know, the people have a choice to do the inner work and allow themselves to experience what love is, what alchemy is, what this higher frequency is all about up here, or they can choose to stay where they are. And you know, none of it's your responsibility, but it's just a lot of the energy that's at work during this time. And I really think that we are meant to be here to meet in the middle. And that's just what kept coming up today, was like the emphasis on meeting somewhere in the middle, because it's too separated. Everything's so separated. And if you really want to get to the root of love, if you really want to get to the root of that higher frequency, loving, vibrational, authentic truth, it really comes down to union and oneness between all of us, because we are all human, okay? We're all human. And the longer that we go without looking at life that way, the longer that division is going to be there, the longer that split is going to be there, the longer the noise is going to continue and continue and continue. And when I tell you that we are here and we are meant to uplift each other and to help each other, we are meant to look at each individual as an equal. And you know, people and these souls will place themselves where they go with due time, but until they do, we are meant to look at each other as equal. We are meant to unite and become that living force that just flows with life. You know, I think that if you're here, you are definitely open to this message and you see things maybe in this way as well. But if you haven't, that's just some of the energy that's been coming through for me today that I really wanted to share with you guys. And it's a little more intense. It's definitely more intense, but and this is timeless, so whenever you get it, you get it. But you know, it's really important that people get right with themselves, you know, as long as you're coming from a place of love. If you yourself are embodying truth, authenticity, and allowing yourself to alchemize instead of turning anything into hate, into fear, and really allowing yourself to stay grounded and balanced during this time, that is what's going to help you the most, because there's so much chit chatter everywhere. If you are receiving this video during this time, just really protect your peace, protect your light. You know, if there's any good news that you can go and spread to others around you, you know, do that, because during this time, more now than ever, we need people, we need light workers, we need people that are connected to source energy, to our creator, to our Lord, our God, you know, our ancestors, spirit guides. Like, we need people who aren't so closed-minded and just closed off to everything that actually exists and that is, and the potential possibilities. You know, we need more people like that to speak up, because during this time there's going to be a lot of the energy that needs to be dissolved. It needs to dissolve because it can't come in. It's not going to be able to last so long in this new world that we're creating. It's not. But as long as you are coming from a loving and genuine place of honesty and truth, and like, as long as you're open and your frequency is literally love, it's one thing to say, oh yeah, I'm coming from a loving place, but I don't think these people deserve it because they look like that, or you know, they like these things, or they like these kind of people, you know. But in all reality, those kind of people they like aren't really doing anything wrong, you know. They're just minding their business. And being love themselves too. So it's just like you got to really decipher the energies during this time. Pay attention. There is trickster energy where it's like people may come off one way, but you see behind the community, you see behind it all. Okay, the person, the soul, the energy at play. Okay, and a wise woman told me, you know, when you are looking at somebody for who they are or what purpose they serve in your life, or wondering if you should allow this to be something that continues, you really want to look at the energy at play. Just pay close attention. Take off the mask, take off the body, the hair, the skin. What energy is it that you're dealing with there? Is it of love? Is it of light? Is it of pureness and good intent? And if it is, good. That's good. Keep it going. The vibe attracts the tribe, okay? But if you have the trickster energy around you, or you see it happening around in the world during this time, there's literally, this is all a part of the new world and this new balance that is coming in. It's all a part of what's going to play out. It's all needing to happen. This is all happening for a reason. And you know, I say that lightly though, because there are some really sad and disturbing things happening during this time in our world. And you know, my heart, my prayers, my empathy, everything goes out to these people in these situations, these families being affected. But I just really think the message here is to just stay true, have an open heart, have an open mind, and just continue to allow yourself to move forward in this path. And if you are somebody that I'm talking to that may possibly, you know, speak out to others, or, you know, if you channel information yourself, if you're somebody who, if you're somebody who really wants to go and spread that love, that positivity, that light, get out there and do it. Go be that light for the world, but be careful not to engage too much with these certain energies during this time, because there is going to be a lot of things happening, a lot of closing cycles and things, surprising events that may be taking place during this time. So just really make sure to stay grounded. All right, peace, love, and light to you. It's a little longer than I expected it to be, but I hope this message reaches who it needs to during this time. And yeah, stay in line. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.